Hello there everybody, what is going on? Stenodux here, and in this video we're going to be covering the latest update regarding the Legend of Zelda series and the next installment for the franchise, Hyrule Warriors: The Age of Calamity. So this was revealed to us today in a surprise shadow drop trailer, just like Nintendo's been doing a lot the last few months considering everything that's been going on with COVID-19. They didn't really get to have any big reveals for these games, but they're kind of just throwing stuff at us, but I will say this was definitely a welcome surprise. If you're curious what Age of Calamity is, it is a Warriors spin-off game that Nintendo has actually partnered with them in the past with the original Hyrule Warriors, which did extremely well on the Wii U and when it was ported to the Nintendo Switch, and it seems like they're collaborating once again. This time they're actually going to be doing something a little different instead of making a mix match of Zelda games and Zelda events coming together. This time around, we're going to be going into the 100 years prior to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So this is actually a prequel game, and it's actually really cool because we get to actually see the champions while they're still alive. We get to see Link and Zelda before they actually, go into a 100-year slumber, and when Zelda's fighting Ganon for the next 100 years. And it's really cool to see that they're all together and they're all going to be fighting Calamity Ganon and the events that lead up to him, taking his rise to power. That's what I'm really looking forward to in this game. This actually has a very prevalent story for the mainline Zelda titles, again, as opposed to the mix match of different stuff that didn't really have any place in the overall canon. And I'm really excited to see that because I love Breath of the Wild. It's one of my favorite games, and I was always interested in seeing, what it would look like to see these, these events from 100 years prior, and this is exactly what this game is going to give us. Now, while we are a little bit disappointed for sure that we didn't get any information regarding the Breath of the Wild sequel, but at the very least, we do get this game to hold us over, and it's still going to add a lot more lore and story to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Another great thing is we're going to actually be able to play as the champions, Daruk, Mipha, Urbosa, and Revali, and also my personal favorite, Breath of the Wild Zelda. And I'm very cool to see that because that's one thing that I've really been waiting for to see in the Breath of the Wild sequel is if Zelda is playable. And at the very least, while we wait for that, we can play as Breath of the Wild Zelda in this Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Some other good news, if you guys are fans of Amiibo, is that they're going to be reprinting the Champion Amiibo. Of course, they did have a solid run, but of course, just like most Amiibo, they are going to get reprinted so that they are easier to come by. You better believe I'm going to pick up every one of these four, although it's going to put a heavy dent in my wallet on top of the fact that I need to buy this game as well. So a lot to look forward to for the rest of the year regarding Nintendo stuff. Of course, we do have next year. We get to look forward to The Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary, and maybe the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is just the start to get us amped up for what the next year should hold regarding the Legend of Zelda series. So guys, thank you for tuning in for this video. Again, I just wanted to cover such an important announcement. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe, and do stay tuned for future content. If you end up playing this game, of course, please do enjoy it, and as always, happy gaming!